So this is my PN4048 Teacher as a Researcher 3-minute podcast as part of Unit 4. So my issue and theme was why students pick our subjects, reasons and effects this has on their achievement and enthusiasm in class. That's why I'm trying to find the crux of this this issue or theme. And so basically I found this from my teaching practice that students from more practical backgrounds, especially in practical classes, tend to succeed more in class and have more of an interest in the subject. Whereas then if you look at other students who had hobbies such as gaming in formats such as Fortnite or Minecraft, seem to have a greater spatial ability than others in their class as well. So I found this theme and issue quite interesting and very relevant to my subject areas, and I wanted to find out more about this. When this created my research question, I started researching in is what effect does a student's social and ethnic background have on academic performance and motivation in technology-based subjects. So basically I'm looking to research the influences of students' hobbies or interests outside of school, and also their cultural upbringings have on their enthusiasm and achievements in our subjects. And the kind of literature I began to look into was I looked into four main themes. I divided this question into my four main themes, and the main themes then were being: theme one was the factors that affected students' subject choice, so what influence had on them for actually picking our subjects and why they're in our classroom to begin with. What was their reasons for choosing it? The second theme then was the role of the parents or guardian in the students' lives. For example, like what schools are and why they'll be placed in such schools, what kind of jobs the parents have at home, how this has an effect on their students and how it affects their home lives, we'll say. The next thing I've been looking in was the role of their ethnic background. So we started looking into maybe perhaps their gender, how this affects them, their achievement, their enthusiasm in our classes. It tends to be mainly a boy-dominated subject area, but does this actually affect their enthusiasm for class? Also, so kind of discrimination and bullying in class. Does this happen much? Why does it happen? And what has this to do with their performance in classrooms? And then my final theme then rolled into was how does their hobbies and social lives or their social class even have on their subject choice, and why they're picking their subject, and how much enthusiastic they are, depending on the students in the class, we'll say. And then for my research methods then, I plan on using a mixed method, we'll say, approach, using qualitative methods and an exploratory approach, and then using quantitative methods to supplement our findings further. So I chose this because they line up with the paradigms I found most relatable to me, the pragmatic and the interpretivist/constructivist paradigms. And these are the methods, when researching these paradigms, what they align and which I found much more suitable for this research. And then my implications for practice then, I found this mostly how this affects our subjects will be most relevant for truly understanding our students and improving the learning environment of the classroom. It's something all teachers can relate to, especially I have brought down there as well, justifying our subjects over others when the budget crunch comes. So basically when a principal comes and says he wants to pick a subject, he has enough money for one subject, pay enough on another subject. How can we justify this? And this research shows we have the students come into our class, why they come into class, and we have the information to back this up. And also it helps the case for all the differentiation in the class and create resources we truly understand our students. So that is my podcast.